wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gap. That's Delete. I am Travis. It's Friday. It means it's time for Cody Rhodes and the rest of the group. It looks like Brock is doing some sort of a dedication, maybe, to Brock Lesnar, as he has the cowboy hat on.
Guess it depends on where they're at.
Don't know, but I'm sure he's going to make fun of them. Call them meth cooks or something, because that's what he likes. Not meth, but the cooking of it, because it gives him stuff. They're in Texas.
They are in Texas. That's why he came in what he came in, trying to pander to the people.
Yeah, Brock fans, which makes sense, because Brock fans are people.
He would kiss the ass of people in Dallas. Everbless is in the chat. Sophie is with us. Robert Warney is with us. Hey guys, good to see you tonight. Everbless is like, first yeet. Robert says, hey, what it do? Pice. Not much. How are you doing? You ready for the weekend? Sophie wants to congratulate the USA Express for getting inducted in the Hall of Fame. Also talking about the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight.
Is that not the weirdest thing you've ever seen? How are they Hall of Famers? Now, I understand that Rotunda is a Hall of Famer on his own, and I understand that Barry Windham is a Hall of Famer on his own, but the tag team, come on, man. They didn't do shit.
He says The Rock is rumored to wrestle in Saudi, and he also has a say on who gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. Everbless says, Sophie, you know, there's rumors Taylor Swift joining WWE and taking on Liv Morgan at Extreme Rules. Sophie says college football is going to be on Fox starting in the fall. It sounds like before SmackDown moves to the USA Network, they will be on FS1 because of college football.
Cool.
And Sophie says, my grandpa was supposed to come tomorrow, but he fell and is in the hospital.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about your grandpa falling, and he's in the hospital. Does the hospital mean that he broke something? Like
he didn't break
his
anything,
hip or
did he?
something? Because that's usually never a good thing. It says USA Express was part of the first Mania. That doesn't matter.
They sure were. By the way, if you guys don't know, Barry Windham, his sister, married Rotunda, and Rotunda is Bray Wyatt's dad, and Barry Windham is Bray Wyatt's uncle. That's that family
tree.
Of those two.
Sophie says, no, he just hit his head. Oh, well, that still could be bad, but hopefully he gets better soon and gets out without any issues. Robert says, my day was great, just busy. Yeah, I hear ya. Quentin Mitchell in the chat. Hey, Quentin says Logan's brother Jake is going to fight Mike Tyson on Netflix. That's what they keep saying.
Did you guys see Nagano just get knocked out about 15 minutes ago?
Mikey's in the chat. Hey, Mikey says, I can't wait until The Rock and Roman Reigns gets their ass kicked for WrestleMania. Not the ass kicking. Sophie says, do you think Netflix will have a baseball game live next?
You can't pause, Logan. The whole point of it is to keep talking. See how he stops? It's making them do it. That's why they do that.
Now he's just doing it on purpose.
Well, yeah. The problem is that nobody listens when they do it. They're waiting to say what.
They almost got it in and
like,
he kept talking.
What Vince would do is talk through it and then they'd stop. And just like when they would chant CM Punk, he'd just start talking. And then they'd have to, they're like, fuck, what's he saying? It's important. Shut up. 5-star. Nobody cares about star ratings, dude. Come on, man.
He can give himself a 5-star.
Not him, it's Meltzer.
Oh, that guy's a dumbass.
He's the one that does the ratings.
Rebecca Chatless in the chat here. Rebecca says, hey, how's the kitty? He's fine.
He's getting better.
Probably doing something bad, like normal.
He was on the stairs when I shut the gate.
Oh. Sophie says Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul is a random fight.
Yeah, I gotta see if some of the rumors are true. Like, I heard that Jake can wear headgear. I heard that he can, like, tag in Logan. I don't know how true this is. It sounds like it's sus. It's sus.
All the sus.
Yeah, one could say that.
Is it because he's there? Is that what he's trying to
Yes.
specify? Says as Netflix announced the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight yesterday.
It's a huge fight. If Tyson doesn't win in the first round, then it's fixed. Prime. There it is. Their first advertisement. There it is, guys. They're advertising on the floor.
So basically, it's just going downhill. Congratulations. Robbie says, I'm broader than Broadway Shuley Walk scene. What the fuck? Are you broken? You sound broken.
Is that a stroke?
Are you having a brain aneurysm, Robbie? I don't know who to call or text about that. Sorry.
Are they bringing out KSI? It is KSI.
Poor guy. He has nothing else going for him, and he's a piece of shit. So they're like, hey, we got to bring this jackhole in here. God, this guy's a fucking piece of crap.
Huge business.
I was like, nah, fam, I was listening to Bright and Levy. Cool. Sophie says, with all these sports stuff going live on Netflix, that's interesting.
It's good stuff.
Sophie says KSI was on WWE TV before. Yeah, in a Prime outfit. Oh, KSI, I think he gonna fight. Oh my god, you're gonna go cry in the corner?
Logan looked this way, meaning that he's going to come from behind.
Are you sure? He was just looking around.
Oh, he keeps looking back.
Oh, he got him off of him. He got it. He saved his.
Hilarious.
I was like, KSI is a punk. KSI is a piece of shit. I was like, nah, Barrington Levy, dope reggae artist. Cool.
RKO out of nowhere to
Sophie says-
KSI, the global ambassador to Prime Drink.
So it says, so are we seeing a Logan KSI versus Orton Owens match mania after this segment? No.
I don't know. Is KO showing up?
Why would they do that?
He needs a job.
Robbie says Francis was counting stars like One Republic.
Yeah, I was making jokes in between the rounds, and then it came true.
Is that one
Dump it on it.
full?
Yeah, it looks like he's probably going to drink it or dump it on it.
There's nothing in
Something in it. Something clear. Cheers to your boy. He pissed his pants.
So it says the Saudi pay-per-view is rumored for the end of May. Minnesota is rumored to host Mania 41.
Minnesota. That's a
All the
terrible
rumors.
place. KSI. Dead. What's the good news? Randy gonna wrestle? Oh, there's KO.
There's KO and Orton versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. That's up next, though. That makes sense. But it says Tyson was a bit shook in the post-match analysis after seeing that.
You know, I kind of wanted to watch that, but we had to get on here. So, what did he say? What did he do? What happened?
I know that he did say he expected Anthony Joshua to punch him out in the first round, so it's not like he wasn't trying to expect it. What is this? What is that?
That's a cat.
What is this? What's this primordial pouch happening? Huh? Yeah? Like, Mom, why are you touching my stuff?
Come on, Becky. You gotta win that quick. Looks like it's probably gonna be a fatal 4-way at WrestleMania.
Oh, goody. Gumdrops for us
girls.
all.
Yeah. They gotta give Liv a participation trophy.
Again.
Ooh, Yep. That's bold. You got bamboozled.
So he says, did you see the interview with Sasha Banks was on saying she knows one day she will be back in the WWE?
I didn't. That's would be a sad day for WWE fans.
So he says it'll be interesting how they are going to build to that Mike Tyson, Jake Paul Netflix fight. Robbie says he's saying he was bad versus Francis in his match.
Well, of course, he wasn't even in shape. We understand
He didn't
that.
even care.
But, I mean, I think he was trying to, like, let the fight go long, and then he got caught, and then it was like, oh, shit. I mean, he still won. It doesn't matter, but I think he was trying to sell tickets to the next one. But this time they put an end to it, and the circus show is over, formerly known as Nagano in boxing. Now, if he fights somebody else, it needs to be way down.
None of the top fighter people, because that's just ridiculous.
Let him fight that Zhang.
Zhang.
Yeah.
The one that fought right before this one.
He hits hard.
So if he says Conor McGregor could show up at Mania.
Yeah. And do a suplex City. Why would we do that? Why are we putting Conor McGregor? He's tiny. Was he going to
why would he show up at Mania?
Is
just
he going to
because?
wrestle
Just to be a fan?
Johnny Gargano?
Robbie says WWE does need a lift with the women's. So if he says, who knows how much money Netflix put out to get both Jake Paul and Mike Tyson to fight.
I'm sure it's listed somewhere, or it will be. Tyson's probably going to get somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 50 million, I would assume. Paul will get anywhere between 1 and 10. Would be my guess.
Yeah.
What you saying? Are you going to poop? You're saying you're going to poop.
Probably. Or sleep. I don't know, maybe.
It was a salad, wasn't it?
I don't know what it was. So this is Conor McGregor have been hinting at a run in the WWE the past couple of years.
He should come wrestle. They can bring back the cruiserweight title or whatever. Be awesome. Because he is tiny. He's like 180 pounds maybe. And that's walking weight. If he was in shape, he would be less.
It's like, D didn't know you subbed to WWE on YouTube. What are you talking about, weirdo?
Why?
I don't.
Why do you love WWE?
I don't. Not subbed to any of them. So it says WWE got 100 million subscribers, the 10th YouTube channel to hit that.
I remember when there was a big rush to get there, and it was like T-Mobile or T-something from T-Series, and PewDiePie, P-E-W, PewDiePie. And he came out with a song called Lasagna.
Okay.
Not kidding. PewDiePie's like, that was his song, and he just played it over and over and over. From like 80 million to 103 million or whatever. It didn't stop.
Why would you even want to? That's dumb.
I mean, it was a good song. You're into repetition of the same word over and over. Bitch. Lasagna, bitch. Lasagna, bitch. Lasagna.
But why would you follow for that?
This is PewDiePie. They
no
just wanted to
sense.
follow him because he was famous. It's like the
Where are they
Kardashians.
now?
I don't know. He could still be doing it. I don't know. I never watched him in the first place. I just remember when McKenna would grab my phone and subscribe, and I would be like, subscribe. Uh-oh! Kevin Owens, Randy Orton.
Ayla's in the chat. Hey, Ayla. Good to see ya. Tuna potatoes, right? It's Travis's favorite dish. Robbie says, my friend Steve, who works for F1, met Connor at a race. Nice. So it says Mr. Beast is in the new Kung Fu Panda movie. Must be hard to get to 1 million subscribers. Probably. Robbie's like, the lady of the night is here. Who? Oh, Ayla? Wow, that's rude. Ayla's like, try it, Sophie.
Theory and Waller.
Anger.
It's official. There's the bell. The match has started. Starting out with Kevin Owens in there with Theory.
So it was like some YouTubers retired after having their channel for a while. It says whatever baby vomit on a roll looked like something someone in jail eats.
All right, Kevin Owens. Got him in a side
gross.
headlock.
I don't even know what that was, Ayla. Like, what the description of it was.
Austin
nasty.
Theory has pretty much every advantage there is except for experience, right?
Basically.
I mean, he's stronger, bigger, faster.
He jumps high.
More
Robbie
athletic.
says, do you get them to come on WG for an interview? Uh-huh. Sophie says, so Theory and Waller got the jobber entrance. It looks like it literally gave me chills. I just think it's funny. Like,
look at that.
I think that's when they meet about white people food.
Waller is higher than Theory. I wonder why they did that to Theory.
Is it because they hate
Triple
him?
H probably doesn't like him. Would be my guess.
You were a Vince man.
Because he was kind of a Vince guy. I mean, come on, Waller's
He's
better
underrated,
than him.
which
Yet
is true.
He was a champion. Waller's never been a champion.
Mm-mm. Getting your clean and spit out of you. Sophie says, it is nice that Bray Wyatt's father finally going into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Mike Rotunda deserves it. I didn't know
why
he wasn't.
Isn't he going in by himself then? If
well,
he deserves it so much.
he never really did anything by himself.
Mm-hmm.
When he was IRS, he was with the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. And I don't know if he really had a... I mean, obviously, he wrestled by himself for years before WWF, but I don't know in the WWF/WCW if he did enough as a singles guy.
Oh.
Kind of like Buff Bagwell.
So if it says $1 Million Man and IRS, I could see be in the Hall of Fame together. It says, like, it looked like something a terminally ill person eats. I don't think terminally ill people would eat it either, Ayla. Yeah.
I didn't know terminal ill people ate.
Sure, sometimes they feel better for like 2 seconds and have a nice meal. Oh, why not?
Sick.
So, every once in a while they like pretend to feel better and then they die. But it happens. They start acting all normal and want to eat a meal and shit. And they die.
Grayson Waller, right to the back of the cranium. Randy Orton getting worked. Not every day that Randy Orton just gets schooled. Not in the ring, at least.
So it says, do you think Cyndi Lauper will go into the Hall of Fame if they are honoring 40 years of Mania?
I mean, you know, yes, if she's not already in there, she definitely deserves to be in there. Because they got people like Mike Tyson and Donald Trump and others in there that have only been on the show once. Mr. T.
Mm-hmm.
Although Mr. T was there he was there longer than just once, but Cyndi Lauper was there. And then you got Captain Lou Albano, if he's not in. I mean, obviously he's in her video. It would make sense. Put them in together.
And Ayla's like laughing, smiling. Exactly, Travis. The mean nurse has to shove it down their throat. Sophie says yesterday, for some reason, Bianca has been getting loved by everybody on Twitter for some reason.
She deserves that.
Bianca Belair getting love? Oh, how terrible.
She's still a face of the franchise. She goes to sporting events. She hangs out with the elite people that are always on TV, and it's good stuff. As long as she's not eating pizza with people. I guess that's a code.
What the fuck?
Eating pizza.
What kind of fucking code? What am I missing?
I thought I was missing something too. I found it out this morning.
Ew, do I want to know?
Probably not.
I mean, they're like eating somebody out or something?
No, nothing like it.
Oh.
Take
Way
that,
worse.
and it's 40,000 times worse.
They're eating their butthole?
You're thinking of like adults doing things. Think of like what adults would do to people that can't do anything for themselves. That's what
They're talking about pedophilia
that's
with
what
pizza?
eating pizza. Like you heard Jennifer Aniston talks about making pizza all the time. That's what they're talking about. Her and what's his name, Adam Sandler.
What the fuck is it with them and their... What is it with people and putting meaning into everything?
What they talk about?
Prove it. Fucking prove it.
Well, if they could, don't you
Prove
think,
it. Prove it.
Don't you think they would be in jail? If they
Prove
could
it.
do something?
Prove that that's
That
what's going on.
Anne Heche-
Prove it that that's what it means.
Anne Heche was going to.
Prove it.
She
If
died
enough
now.
of them came out and proved it, they can't kill them all at once. Prove it.
Well,
Have 500,000 of them get together and fucking come out and say what it is.
right. Anyways, that's what eating pizza is. Like if you hear it, you can look it up on the Urban Dictionary.
No, thank you. The fact that that's fucking what they want to put. What is wrong with this world? Innuendos and fucking putting meaning on something that's not even there. You sick fucks. God. So he says Cyndi Lauper isn't in the WWE Hall of Fame. Ella says, like, girls just want to have fun. She's a wrestler. No. She was a guest star on wrestling at some point during the years.
She was on wrestling quite a bit in the 80s.
Robbie says the Hall of Fame means diddly squat to me. Just put a fart in there. It's more deserving than them fraudsters.
Right? I just don't like that they put anybody in there. That's what irritates me. And their prime example, IRS and freaking Barry Windham, do not deserve to go in there as that tag team. That's the dumbest thing ever. That would be like putting Otis and Chad Gable in the Hall of Fame. That's the equivalent of how the Alpha Academy going in the Hall of Fame in 25 years, 30 years, 40 years, whatever it is. It doesn't even make any sense. Like, people don't even remember that tag team. Anyway, I like the wrestlers. I'm just saying that tag team doesn't need to be in the Hall of Fame.
Robbie's like, terrible song. Sophie says people are upset that Bianca is on the cover of WWE 2K24 because the color of her skin. What the fuck? Seriously.
Nobody cares. I don't like that Rhea's
I just want to
on there.
delete your comment just for that stupidity.
I mean,
of saying it,
I mean,
repeating it.
I'm sure there are some people out
Jesus.
there that don't want to see Rhea on there because of the color of her skin. And people don't want to see Bianca because it's ignorance. But in reality, I don't want to see them on there because it's not their time to be on there.
Yeah, like, who the fuck puts them on there? That's just dumb.
I don't want to buy the deluxe
I don't want to say
copy.
it's women. That's why. It has nothing to do with anything else, but it's just that it's women. And why would you put women on the front of 2K24 when they haven't done shit to get there? They haven't main evented fucking shit for Manias or anything like that for how long?
Rhea. Or not Rhea, sorry. What's her
Becky.
name? Becky could be on the cover. That'd be fine.
It looks like terrible food, Robbie. Sophie's like, Kevin Kelly got fired by AEW. I don't know who that is.
Is that an announcer or something? I don't know. That
Robbie's
name.
like, food? Question mark? It looks like baby poo. And Robbie's like, see, do you need to look it up? See? No, that's okay, Robbie. You should look it up, I guess, if you
What are
want
we
to know
looking
so
up?
badly. Pedo. It looks like, oh. And Sophie's like, it will be interesting what other legends the WWE is going to induct. Probably people we haven't seen in forever.
It's a foot doctor.
Without Cyndi Lauper, WrestleMania 1 wouldn't be a major success. It was like, delete it, deban them. Sophie says, I got 24 today. Haven't played it yet, though. Rebecca says, it's the kitty. Yeah, he's in my lap. He's done licking himself, so he's going to sleep now.
Grayson Waller with that big right hand. Very Jake Paulish. That big right hand.
Is that what that is?
I don't know. It knocked Randy Orton out.
Robbie says, this is why I don't put money into WWE Pocket when they do shit like this. Shit like this. So he says Cyndi Lauper was the launching point of the rock and wrestling era. Okay. I'm not sure how, but all right.
There was a cartoon that went on, and she was on it. Lou Albano was on it. That's it, right there. My God, you can count to 20. So Orton's going to enter that feud, maybe make it a three-way. Either
You
that
mean
or
Kevin? Or...
Yeah, that's KO.
Oh, God!
Oh, wow. Did you see the athleticism?
He just jumped from the ground?
Jumped from just behind him. He crawled up and just jumped up in the air. And hit him.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Rob's
It's a
like,
loaded
no,
right hand.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to make one of them pay.
And Alvan is in the chat. Fuck, right? So if it's like the WWE might be bringing back the Rock concert next week. Oh, goody.
Yeah, that's what we need. The solo performance.
Oh,
no,
not Logan. Oh.
Uh-oh, he's got...
Oh, no, he's
is
got
Randy
the brass.
Gonna cheat? There it is. He hinted at it right there.
So he's like, I remember the Mr. T Hall of Fame speech.
There it
It
is.
lasted forever. Did he thank his mom a lot? Oh, wait, he did. I think people made fun of him for it.
He's putting it down his dick. And he likes that cold steel on his penis.
Well, he really likes it because Logan touched it. So, you know. He says, I remember, oh.
Global icon right there.
You guys are good.
They're all a bunch of minor league wrestlers. Blech. Yeah. Raise the remote.
Ooh, not the dark secrets we're hiding.
Yeah, he was a weirdo alcoholic. And when I mean alcoholic, he'd come to work drunk, and he could barely wrestle because he'd be so drunk. You could tell, you'd be like, he's drunk.
While he was wrestling?
Yeah, he'd try to cut a promo, and you'd be like, that is drunk. There's no way he's not drunk.
So he says I saw the video of Triple H telling the USA Express that they are going into the Hall of Fame, how wholesome they were about it.
Yeah, super wholesome. Do you think Rotunda's going to go in the same year as his son?
Sophie says The Rock released another social media promo today.
Was it 25 minutes long?
It says, do you think Charlotte being back saves the women's division?
Yeah, if she can get back before it goes to hell. They need elite women. They only have a couple. And so it's needed.
You were talking.
I left open. I just said, yeah, they need more women. Because they only have a couple.
True.
You got Bayley, but she's not really a star, right? So you got Bayley, she's good. She's the best in ring, but she's not a star. Like, if you interviewed 1,000 normal people that have never seen wrestling before, they would have no idea who she was.
Right.
And you just keep going through them. There's only a few that stick out. And you need women that stick out. A lot of people know who The Rock is. A lot of people know who Cody is. Not a lot of people know who Seth is because he's not on that level yet. Roman's probably getting on that level just because he's been in a couple movies and people outside of wrestling know who he is. Everybody knows who Hulk Hogan is.
Do they? Do they all know?
I don't know if there's anybody out there that wouldn't.
Robbie's like, what happened to Jade? According to them, she's too wet behind the ears right now. So it says The Rock's grandmother might be going into the Hall of Fame.
I don't remember her doing anything. What would she go in for? Like a manager role or something?
I was like, so people would know Balor is what?
Bianca's on there. Bianca was at the Kentucky Derby. They even interviewed her on ESPN.
Oh, yeah. We might know who she is.
She goes to UFC events and they announce who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody that watches UFC that doesn't watch WWE, anybody that watches horse racing doesn't watch WWE, anybody that watches Good Morning America or late night talk shows or anything, they're going to know who she is. And her husband, who hangs out with them, they know he's a WWE wrestler. They don't know who he is, but they know he's her husband.
All right. Robbie says, what behind the ears? That makes sense. Well, that's kind of what they're trying to portray. She's still a little green, and so they don't want to throw her into, matches and stuff.
She'll probably take over the division on April 9th.
So,
I'm not kidding.
I mean, it's a good possibility.
Starter after Mania.
Yeah. Sophie says The Rock's grandmother ran a wrestling promotion that her husband started all those years ago.
Hi, Chief. Is that who you're talking about?
That's why they're talking about her. There you go. You get to do a meet and greet with Bianca Belair on Monday, April 8th. That's why they've been yakking about her. Now y'all know why she's on everybody's lips.
Meet with Charlotte on Saturday. Cody on Thursday. CM Punk Sunday.
So personal. Let's take a look at the background of all of this for at least 10 minutes of your life. So it's like CM Punk is going to be there like what, Friday night or something? He's going to be on the meet and greet Sunday. Robbie says, I would stay in bed than meet Esta. Not very nice. Maybe she really wants to meet you.
Who do you think the Kabuki Warriors are going to wrestle? Which one of these shit teams out there are going to get it? Or is it going to be they're going to put all the women in that match, so it'll be like a...
Maybe.
4-way or something. So they get 8 women in there. Like Corey could possibly be surprised when everybody called it.
He was so surprised.
He's like, what the hell?
They're like, you have to be surprised.
Come on, Corey! Stick up or keep up with the game.
Rob was like, dude, why would I waste my time with that nonsense? Because you're secretly her biggest fan. So if it's like funny, last week the opening segment lasted 40 minutes and this week lasted what, 20?
Yeah, they're going to close it down with The Rock this time.
Oh, God, I got to leave early. Fabulous.
No.
Bobby says, you sound fed up today. Was it a busy week? It was just a long week, and I didn't really get to eat a lot of food today, so I'm kind of hungry.
Got some more.
Have water. Sophie says, what are the WWE going to do when The Rock and Roman won't appear weekly after next week? Oh no. I guess they'll have to go back to doing regular business.
Just normal
instead
wrestling.
of pandering to those morons. Oh no.
Pimping is pandering. They are going to go into WrestleMania in a couple of weeks, right? It's coming in just a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what day it is, but
today's the 8th.
Yeah,
it's basically a month
It'll
away.
be over. It'll be a Monday, and it'll be over on the 8th. Mm-hmm.
Is she trying to be like a good guy now or something?
Well, of course she's trying to be. It's dumb though.
Rob was like, why not eat now? Because I'd have to actually make food. I was like, come on, D-Health as well. Mm-hmm. Sophie says Roman versus Cody Seth is kind of unpredictable. I was like, Bailey looking for retribution. Well, just find Mia Yim.
Reckoning?
She was on retribution. She should know how that feels.
That makes sense. Bianca's in the back. Yeah, you quit, remember? She should have said you quit.
Remember, you quit. Oh, I mean, you weren't here. Quitter face. Quitter face. Robbie is like, not the LOL group, actual retribution. Oh, not the group. Oh. I don't make no sense.
Yeah, so stinking cute.
Sophie's trying to be like, Bianca and Naomi tag team interesting.
Ew.
What?
No.
No.
They didn't even hint at that.
Fuck?
No. Don't be weird. It's no.
Sophie says they were teasing a Bianca Hill turn with that backstage segment.
She said I have to say something nice, and then said something nice.
Fiend X in the chat. Hey, Fiend says, sup, guys.
Sup.
Just stop to say I also had to make a new account, so rub Travis.
Why are you making new accounts? What'd you do? Did you say something inappropriate?
Sophie says, will Bobby actually make the Mania card this year, unlike last year?
Well, he made the Mania card. It's just his opponent was not healthy.
Robbie says WWE keep longing out these intros. Fuck's sake, D with the sarcasm.
I think it'll be Karrion Kross and him.
Karrion Kross?
Yeah, maybe you've heard of him.
You think they're going to let Karrion Kross and Bobby be on the Mania card?
Yeah, it might be on a pre-show or something, but...
It's really sad to bring Bobby way down to the garbage heap.
And hopefully they have the other guy.
It's the weird, gross, grimy stuff on the bottom of the garbage can is what Bobby's dealing with right now.
The AOP needs to be wrestling the tag team champion.
Yeah, why aren't they? I was like, so Bobby, what's his new gimmick now? Nothing. He's just Bobby. Normal stuff.
But we got Karrion Kross next with
Fiend
Bobby.
says, I forgot my password, Travis. I should have wrote it down.
Yeah, make sure you write that shit down. Send yourself a text and then just star it. Keep it.
Robbie says, someone more likable. Bobby's likable. I like him. Sophie says on Twitter, there have been fans that pitched like a China Battle Royal for a women's championship for Mania. Women's IC championship for Mania. Interesting.
Like do it in China?
No. Like as in China Battle Royal.
Like name it after her?
Yes.
Why wouldn't you name it after one of the greats? There's no way they're going to name a Battle Royal after somebody they don't even have in the Hall of Fame. They already tried that with the Fabulous Moolah thing, and it backfired on them. I doubt they want to do it.
Well, it's because everybody came out and said that she prostituted them.
And they listened.
Well, that was the allegations. They did. Remember? They do it all the time. It's happening right now with Vince. All the allegations, and then they listened.
Then they're like, let's call it the Mae Young one, and then they're like, let's not have it at all.
They're like, she's a prostitute person too. She pimped out women too. She abused me. She was an abuser. Rob was like, yeah, but he was a heel though. Bobby still is a heel. Blood Ninja in the chat, hey Blood, says, I feel bad for Bayley.
Do you?
So you and Naomi are on the same page?
You a Naomi guy?
I don't believe anything a quitter says.
Naomi quit, so I can't be on her side no matter what.
And Stefan says, I'm not good with passwords. I write them down, but for some reason it is wrong for some other streaming service. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, you got to make sure you capitalize what's capitalized and underline what's underlined. And you also got to make sure there's no space after the .com, like, so whatever your email is, like sophie.com, at gmail, whatever, .com, and then don't leave a space right there. That's where most people fuck up, I think. I've done it numerous times.
Right? Fiend says it's Tyler, by the way.
Oh, of course it is.
We remember. Puggles barking would delete the takes or talks, I guess. Is that my cue to not talk? Thank you.
Cue to keep talking.
It's my cue to stop talking.
Old Gunther. Who's Gunther going to wrestle at WrestleMania? Hermie? You can bring Hermie up in the streak. That's an absolute.
How is that a yes? You're being a fuckwad, so there you go.
How am I being a fuckwad?
Also, Chyna is in the Hall of Fame. Is she? When did she get put in the Hall of Fame?
Damn. They put her in the Hall of Fame?
I guess I don't remember them doing that. Was it within the last few years? Sophie says they renamed the Mae Young Battle Royal because of whatever she did in the past. Yeah, she abused and prostituted women.
Not Mae Young, but the Moolah.
Oh, yeah, Moolah. She prostituted and abused young women.
But it's still the Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal. Because they called it, and then they released it, and then people had a meltdown.
Meltdowns. They were all offended.
They were
all over the place. They offended themselves everywhere. They rubbed their offensiveness all over walls, everywhere, in the streets, all over Twitter pages. It was horrible. Yeah, exactly.
You guys remember tomorrow night is the time change. You got to set those clocks back for forward.
Yeah.
Set them forward. You spring forward.
Lose your whole hour of your life for the rest of it.
It adds that hour to the end of the
joke,
day.
To be real.
So like right now where I'm at, it's almost 7 and it's still light. So tomorrow it'll be almost 8 and still light. Or not Monday.
Robbie says Naomi is a joke, to be real. He says D doesn't speak enough. Sophie says, I noticed after a while, whatever streaming service you have to log back in after they kick you out for not being on it for whatever amount of time. Sophie says Chyna was in the Hall of Fame with DX like in 21 or 22. Robbie was like 19 count. Hall of Fame. Fiend was 19 along with DX. That doesn't count. She wasn't by herself, just Chyna. By her, just Chyna. Not with friends, not with family, not with morons called DX, not with anybody else, not with groups, not with, I don't know, gatherings, not participation trophiness. We're talking about actually on her own, just Chyna being inducted into the Hall of Fame of her own accord as her own self. She, her, themselves, one person, third person, you know, that stuff.
Yeah, she's not in the Hall.
Sophie says, I like Michael Jackson's music. I don't care what he did in his personal life.
He sang a lot of music. Castrated as a child.
Are you talking about his alleged things that people allegedly said he did? Where other people have proven he didn't? So now what? It doesn't matter.
Anyways,
just listen to the music.
Yeah, just listen to Mike. I mean,
Bobby says, so Bobby is going in hard. Is he? Well, he is muscly. Did he take some Viagra before he got into the ring, Ravi?
got stuck in his neck.
It's terrible. I was like,
There we
Dee,
go.
but she was in that count. So, no, it doesn't count. It doesn't count as being in there individually.
When she goes in by herself, it'll be a good day. But why would they name a wrestling tournament after her? Name it after somebody that's in there, like Trish Stratus. It's fine, right? Handle the Trish Stratus. Women's Battle Royal.
Yeah. Bean says, do you think Bray Wyatt will be in the Hall of Fame this year?
That's the one I was wondering. Since his dad's going, would they do that?
That's weird.
Because wouldn't his dad have to introduce him? And then he's just got to introduce? I don't know. To me, it would seem weird to have them both at the same time there.
And I get it that he just passed away, but still.
It is his whole family.
Sophie says, I could see Chyna being inducted in the Hall of Fame by herself one day, either this year or next year.
Right.
Yeah. And Walter is in the chat. Hey, Walter says, hey, Daphne. Hi, Charles. I'm here. I saw Madam Red movie. It's Marvel.
Nice. I watched Ricky Stenicki.
Walter says, Bobby Lashley. And Sophie says, Triple H and HBK will both go into the Hall of Fame a couple more times.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, because for GMs and
I hate
president
everything about those people. Like everything.
They should just make themselves statues and put them on the back of the trucks at every arena they pull up to. They should pull them out. They should make them Mount Rushmore and just have those two on it.
Robbie says, I don't care about the Hall of Fame, so it means nothing to me.
It doesn't.
Sophie said, I feel like it means absolutely diddly squat holes, really, but whatever.
Oh!
Sophie says, if Bray Wyatt, he should have just thrown him at her. See what happened.
He's not gonna hit
He wouldn't have hit her. It would have been LA Knight or not LA Knight, but Karrion Kross that hit her instead. It would have been hilarious. He would have hit his own woman. What a sicko. Abuser. Somebody call the police.
Bobby beat old Scarlett to death with Karrion's body. Wasn't me. I didn't touch her.
It wasn't me. I didn't beat her in the corner. Wasn't me. I didn't use her husband's body to beat her. Wasn't me. Karrion Kross, he all uses his hands. He's like, stop hitting your wife. Stop hitting your wife. Stop hitting your wife.
She's like, Poor Kross. He had it all going for him when he first signed with NXT. They're like, oh, they got him instead of Lance Archer. And I'm like, oh, that's a stupid move. But whatever. Let's see where this goes. Oh, man,
he's pretty good. All right. Now it's back to, well, that was a stupid move.
Yeah. And then he was champion, and you're like, hell yeah. And then he beat, what's his name? Keith Lee and everything. You're like, holy shit, this is badass.
And then they threw him on WWE and fucked him over a few times.
They're like, here, go lose to, what's his name? Jeff Hardy. Like, what?
Loser. Loser.
All right, let's bring it back as something else. Oh, that didn't work. Hey, let's try it one more time. Ugh. Okay.
Oh my God, we still have the same one? Ugh,
let's cut
terrible. Let's get rid of him. Hey, you know what? I'm going to bring him back. And we're going to make him play the same part. It's going to be great. Okay. Yeah, it's not working out this time either, but we'll pretend. Fucking dumb fuckers.
We'll put Scarlett out there.
Hey, you know what? If we keep doing it over and over again, does that make us crazy? Yeah, it fucking does. It does literally make you crazy.
But it'll work because the crowd won't know any better. They just keep forcing it.
Except for they start catching on and they're just like, ew. Ugh. Like, they're like not even watching. They're like on their phones.
He just kicked that guy in the nuts. That was funny.
They're the defenders of justice.
That was funny.
They have to take down criminal masterminds.
I come from a long family of meth heads.
They're criminal masterminds, bitch.
That's what he said. They take on criminal masterminds. She's like, I come from a long line of crackheads.
Well, you know, I mean, that's a mastermind for you right there. I think that's probably why you would watch that, just for that stuff.
The comic relief.
I mean, really? I mean, right? I mean, like, it has to be.
Oh, shit. They should do one on just funny women.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? That where
Like your one last night that was completely drunk and she couldn't do her
How many
field
beers have
sobriety
you had?
test.
A Miller.
Travis
Miller
watched
Lite?
literally, it felt like a 15-minute video
I'm sure it was,
of this person
getting a DUI.
getting a DUI, trying to do field sobriety tests when he should have been like, you can't even do one. You're being, detained. But he made her go through a whole bunch of them, and she couldn't concentrate long enough to even start them half the time.
She's laughing.
And
he started laughing with her, and it was very unprofessional, but it was still funny.
Well, he still arrested her, so
Look
that
at
was
Kross.
the professional part.
He's just 75.
Well, then he shouldn't win.
Bobby's about where he should be. I would say 87 to 93, just in that 6-point area. 7-point area.
So if he says if Bray Wyatt was going to be the headliner of the Hall of Fame, they would have announced it already. Fiend or Tyler says, if I was in charge of the Hall of Fame, I'd induct Bray alone and then the whole Wyatt family. Walter says, surprise, I'm here until 9:05, but Monday after Raw, 8 p.m. I'll be here. Fabulous, Walter.
You could do the Wyatt family also. I hadn't thought of that. But you couldn't do those guys single, individually, but you could do it as a faction. But would you put Braun Strowman in? That would be the one that would be like, probably not.
Just the original guys, and Braun
Yeah.
wasn't really part of the original
Right.
group. Tyler says, and what the fuck did you watch, Travis? It's called Ricky Stenicki. It's the new John Cena movie.
It's hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing. It's very woke, too, but they mix the wokeness into the comedy, so they make it funny. It actually worked.
Walter says, today I did walking and coloring contests and movie. Now I'm tired.
Oh, yeah.
That coloring will take it out of you, Walter. I totally can see where that's happening. Whew, what'd you color? Did you win in your coloring contest? Or was that a later on type of thing? Drawing that's going to happen.
Oh, shit.
Robbie says, so this guy Bobby is fighting, is he going to get more bigger matches? No, they tried that. It didn't work out so
He's
well.
just not great.
So he says, Triple H will go into Hall of Fame with Evolution. Oh, goody gumdrops for us all. I was like, oh, go on, D, with the puns. Sophie's like, Okada was interested in coming into the WWE before he got like a $14 million deal with AEW.
That's weird. Why does Bobby have a red
$14
stripe on him?
million deal? That's hilarious.
It wouldn't be for 1 year. It'd have to be spread
That's
out.
hilarious.
What's on Bobby's arm?
Is it where he had a ouchie or something and it's a Band-Aid?
It's red. It's like paint. But nobody has paint on, do they?
I have no idea. I didn't see paint. I don't know what's happening. I can't see
It's on
anything.
his left back. You can see it right there on his shoulder.
Maybe Kross's pants.
Or the blood on it?
Bled on him.
Maybe.
Maybe it's from
See it?
the thing isn't there anymore.
Oh. See it? Can't miss it.
Well, I can because they keep moving around, so I can't see shit. It's blood.
That's blood.
Yeah, that's his blood.
Uh-oh. Now who's going to come down and help him?
Stripper?
Yeah, the stripper prophet.
Oh, cool. Tyler says, I was looking at my phone from when I saw Korn. I realized that guy with the flamethrower was drunk and stoned. So if it says, do you think Batista will actually get inducted into the Hall of Fame? I don't think I have seen one Kung Fu Panda movie. The first one's pretty good.
I saw the first two.
I like the first one. I don't really remember the second one that well,
It's on
but
top of the mountain, and then they're coming to get it.
I kind of remember it, but we didn't watch it that
Right.
often. Sophie says Matt Riddle did say in an interview
Holy
that
shit!
he is interested
He
in
just
coming
caught
to
the Ford.
AEW.
But Dawkins takes him out.
Sophie said Matt Riddle did say in an interview that he is interested in coming to AEW. Tyler says yes, I would put Braun in it. I wouldn't.
I don't know if I could.
Sophie
Look at
says
this. Look at
Matt
this.
Hardy AEW.
Is this match still going on? Is this a street fight or something?
I don't know, but
BFAP. Oh, smack.
but the weird hoe bag who is with their group now.
Math not even once, you mean?
Yeah. She has to like slow down running because she has sneakers on, but
Uh-oh.
what's her face didn't.
They already decimated the Street Profits, and now Bobby's on his own. Damn it. Maybe a 3-on-3 at Mania?
Oh, no.
Ford looks out of shape. Like, thin out of shape.
Yeah.
Remember how big he was getting?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what happened. Why he stopped. Maybe he failed a drug test.
Maybe.
And they're like, dude, we don't want to suspend you, so tone it down a little bit.
Matt Hardy. Sophie says Matt Hardy AEW contract expires this month. With Spider-Man 2, I'm like 60% done. It's hard to spoil where I'm at if you haven't played Spider-Man 2 yet.
I won't play it. Ever.
Robbie says Bobby getting the beats. And Sophie says the WWE should induct matches into the Hall of Fame. And Tyler says weird hoe bag. That's
Why
right.
would you want
Weird.
a match in the Hall of Fame? That would be kind of weird, wouldn't it?
And Sophie says, you mean the 6-man tag we were supposed to get weeks ago? I don't know. Maybe.
Decimation.
Tyler says the
Ring.
Final Testament versus
Oh, it's his
Excuse
fist.
me, versus the Pride. I'm down.
I thought he had a roll of toilet paper.
Oh, I thought
I'm
he
like-
had a whole mummy bandage on his hand, like he burnt it or something.
I'm like, what's up with the glove?
Oh, maybe he likes it. Maybe
I don't remember
he's
him doing that with-
reincarnating
The road warrior.
Michael Jackson or something. Fuck, I know. Maybe that's what he does when somebody kicks him in the nuts. Somebody says, that doesn't sound like a Mania match to me.
No, definitely not. I think it'll probably just be the one-on-one, and then the tag team match, if they decide to do that too.
And then they're like, oh my god, it's Rey Mysterio. Bobby says, this LWO, where is the story going? I don't know, but Ray's
Right?
back, so they're gotta keep it going. It's like the whole eye thing. Oh my god, it's the eye thing all over again, isn't it? It's never gonna go away. It's just gonna continue on for like 2 years. 2 years, huh? 2 years. Bro,
I think it's like 6, but yeah.
2 years. Fucking 2 years. So it's like Ray versus Santos for Mania. Tyler's like, I'm a bounce, you guys. Have a good night. See you for Raw. Bye, Tyler. Have a fabulous weekend. Sophie says, don't bring up that horrible eye storyline. Oh my god, it was awful.
I'm just glad that they had the surgeons to put it back. Ray needs full back. So he can see Ray's sunshine.
Robbie's like, oh no, not 2 years.
Of course he's not the future. Well, they're not dead and gone yet, but
Sophie says the COVID era did have weird storylines and feuds.
the overreaction.
Oh no! They threw him down on the ground like a little child. They're picking on a little kid!
This is a child.
Did you just call him a chimachanga? He definitely is a child, isn't he? He's like 12. Did he lie to get
He's
in
got
there?
the mentality of a 12-year-old, but I don't think he is 12.
Sophie says, you remember the zombie lumberjack match between Miz and Damian?
Yes, I do actually. Was that at Mania or something? They did that for a reason. It was because that movie was coming out with that we watched on Netflix, Batista, that zombie movie.
Oh.
Remember they did an actual zombie match?
It's Tiffy time.
Oh, she's not listening. Tiffany!
I'm distracted by her undercarriage.
What are you looking at her underwear for?
I didn't say underwear.
For undercarriage?
I said her
How
undercarriage.
can you even see it?
I saw it while she was walking down.
Does it just stick down like a V?
Yeah, it kind of does.
That's a V in it.
Definitely.
She's got, what is that called? Like a V
She's got
sandwich?
China issues.
I doubt her.
Maybe it is. You don't know. Have you seen it?
She tucks it.
Just to tape it.
Her meat sandwich.
It's very padded down there.
Oh.
I was like, stop, I like her.
Not anymore.
I think it's
like her
I
vagina
really
sneezed.
seriously think I seriously think it's just the type of bottoms she wears. I don't think there really is. I think it's just the bottoms she wears doesn't help. it literally accentuates something that shouldn't be there. It's so weird to me. I'm like, why does it look
Well,
this
she gets to
bad?
wrestle freaking Reckoning next.
It's going to be a 10-minute match, and Reckoning's going to almost win.
Yeah, I mean, they'll.
It's going to be sad.
Tiffany wins, though.
She better fucking win, because if she doesn't, then wow. I was like, Tiffany, she got any moves worth watching her for? Yeah.
She's probably the best since Bayley. Like, she's really good. Just like if you watch NXT, the Sol Ruka, she can get it done, too.
So it says, Dirty Dom just got married. Interesting, Finn and JD weren't at the wedding, but Damian, Rhea, and Austin Theory were.
Yeah, because they're friends.
So he says, that zombie lumberjack match was horrible. I wished we had that Men in Black technology where you could lose your memory.
Right?
Come on, Sophie. I want him to accentuate it in your memory, so you have to live with it forever.
Look in the pin.
Along with that eye thing with Rey Mysterio's eye storyline. That thing lasted forever. Now they're going to do something else that lasts forever.
And Shawn Michaels. I want to keep that in my memory forever. Just him, period.
Shawn Michaels. Ugh, that guy. Rob is like, oh yeah, really good. And Sophie says, do you think we will see Tiffany versus Charlotte?
Of course. I think we might also see Tiffany versus Jade Cargill. That's the one, because they kind of are the same.
Yeah.
But different.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would definitely like to see that one. It really depends on what they're planning on doing with Tiffany. If they're trying to catch her and take her to the top, which they could do prematurely and take her all the way to the top, because she's going to have a crowd behind her the whole time. She's like the LA Knight. It doesn't matter if she's a heel or a babyface.
Mm.
She's going to make everybody happy.
Mm.
And so if they just keep riding that momentum, she's going to be champion.
Are you talking about Tiffy?
But if they decide to use her as a normal, then there's some girls that she can wrestle.
Sophie says it seemed like with the COVID era, they threw stuff at the wall to see what sticks. And Ravi says, so Tiffany, her finishing move is better than Charlotte's.
Well, it depends on which one you mean, because Charlotte has two. But if you're talking about natural selection, then yes, Tiffany's better. But if you're talking about the figure four, then no, I would say Charlotte's is better. But it's also a submission move, and so they're different.
And Tiffany's move that she does is flipping off the top ropes, whatever that one is.
Right, and if you're just talking about the moonsaults, both of those, then she does it different than Charlotte because she's bouncy to get there and then uses the momentum to jump, where Charlotte climbs up there and does it off the top on the outside. She usually doesn't do it on the inside, but that's not her finisher. It's Tiffany's finisher. So I don't know who you could say does it better, but I would assume off the top into the crowd on the outside, then Charlotte does it better.
So it says there's a video of Tiffany looking at the women's champion Io. Why shouldn't she?
Ew.
Like looking at her to like stink eye her? Of course she should.
She would beat her in like a 6-minute match if I was in charge.
I wouldn't even give Io 6 minutes. That bitch don't even deserve 6 minutes.
But yeah, she would lose her title pretty quick. Bull Nakano. I don't know who that is. Paul Heyman and who the fuck is Bull Nakano? Nakano. It's a woman, right?
Yeah, it's a girl or a person.
Who the fuck is it? You can't just
idea.
make up people. Watched it my whole life. So if you're going to try to slip it in, bullshit. This is no Mandela stuff.
Make it make sense, bitches. Make it make sense.
My whole life I've watched this shit.
Sophie says at the rate Charlotte is recovering, I expect her to come back before Survivor Series.
No.
No.
Well,
I mean, she might be doing really good, but that doesn't mean she's ready for in-ring work.
Survivor Series, like, that would be over a year, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
She got injured when?
I don't remember. Sophie says, do you think Carmella and Bliss will come back to the WWE TV at the same time? No, I think Bliss isn't ever going to come back. And if she does, it'll be weird.
I don't want to see Bliss back, but Carmella, I bet you, comes back pretty damn soon. I don't know where she'll fit, because she's a different person.
She'd have to play the parts like where Chelsea Green's at.
Yeah, but she's a mom, so it'd be harder. Triple H has flooded the women's division with a bunch of mid-carders, and so when you bring in the better women, there's nowhere for them to go.
Yeah, they have to, downplay their stuff.
Yeah, so Carmella have to come in and be a top mid-carder, and it's just weird. So they could add another title, I guess, because there's a lot more women nowadays. Waiting for the TV to go black there.
Oh, because of her hoo-ha?
No, her left hip wants to come out.
Oh. So it says Mike Santana wanted out of AEW because of creative.
Yeah, Santana. Be cool if Ortiz
I wonder who... Oh, you mean because of Tony Khan? Because Tony Khan is creative?
So he's going back to old, whatever it's called.
Stink, man.
Yeah, it's that pudding or whatever.
Gross. That's nasty.
I told you.
Fuck.
You gag and mag it.
You think? Could you do it that way next time?
I just did it.
You're leaning towards me? That's gross. Ew.
I can make it
fuck
rain.
Away. I will spray your ass.
Don't wait.
Spray you. Spray. So
Did
it's like,
he
I
just
don't
say
know
that's
that
her
much
best
about
asset?
Bill
Her
Nakano.
best asset's on her body. Let's not pretend. Uh-oh. Reckoning, thinking she's badass. Tiffany, Alabama Slammer. Hard, too. That's so hard on their body that they shouldn't even allow it.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-oh. What's Tiffany doing? Messing up. That's it! Was it no 10-minute match?
She wanted to make sure that she didn't fuck up.
Or
hurt herself or her.
She landed that one absolutely perfect. She usually doesn't.
Yeah.
And that one was perfect. You okay? She's like, yeah, I'm all right. Tiffany just dominated Reckoning. And
as she
should have. That's what should have happened in the main event on Wednesday with Will Ospreay and the other dude. That makes Tiffany look good.
Exactly. But yeah, I don't know anything about him. Sophie, you'll have to tell us all about it.
Who is that?
That Bull Nakano or whatever the fuck it is.
She doesn't know who it is.
I know.
No
they don't.
way you know
Says
who
they
it
don't
is
know much
either.
about him either.
Because they didn't exist. And if they did, it's some bullshit. She was on TV 5 times or something.
TJ Styles.
I'm just glad you did it. Yeah, and this is the house that AJ Styles built.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't say? Whoa.
Sharp ass claw.
Yeah, they need to be cut. Get him, AJ. A for Apple. J for Jalopy.
No.
He's a phenomenal choice for the job. So he's applying for a job then? Is that what he said?
Yes. Oh no.
Yeah.
They're like, we need you to sit here and pretend to watch
Why does that
this.
TV look like it's from the 30s? They're like, well, because we're not going to actually use the TV. It's an old ass TV. They're like, hey, we have an old
Bored
TV.
to
You want to break it?
So it's like over 2 million people watch
Yeah.
the State of the Union address. Cool, Sophie. We really don't care.
Who is it?
The State of the Union address. Crap,
Oh,
watching it.
People
Nobody
watch
cares.
that?
I
Can you
guess.
imagine trying to watch that poor
Over 2
dude?
million people
That's not even a lot.
did it.
Really?
Not really.
Shouldn't that be like 30 million?
You would think.
Over 2
Over 2 million people.
There's 300 million people in America. Like 2 million people watch.
Oh my god, 2 million people were totally excited.
I bet it was fucking comical gold. That dude, that poor guy is senile. And I'm not just saying that. That's like real. Like he needs to be checked out by an independent specialist.
Right.
Angel Garza, is he gonna pull off that skirt? Do you think when shit gets real? He likes to pull off clothes.
Sophie says AJ versus LA Knight at Mania. I didn't watch it. My mom and roommate asked me to record it.
Does anybody remember that broad's name?
Who? Bull?
Something Bull.
Bull. Nakano. Nakano.
Sorry, I just gotta look up how this woman has anything to do with anything in any. In 1994, she made her way to the World Wrestling Federation, where she had feuded with Alundra Blaze. She did have the title once. So she was in the WWF for 4 years when they put her in the Hall of Fame. I think they're getting hard up on looking for women to put in the Hall of Fame. Maybe they should put, like, what's her name in there? The one that fought.
Yeah, put her in there.
I mean, it's better than this broad. And then in 1998, she turned into a professional golfer. And then in 2006, she joined the tour.
Sophie says, didn't she team with Bam Bam? I don't know. Sophie says, I think she was in the WWE while you were watching WCW.
She was. That was she was there in the down years.
Mm-hmm.
And they put her in the fucking Hall of Fame. Yep, 94 to 98. Well, to be honest, I don't even know how long she was in WWF because it says here, after holding the title once, she also competed in World Championship Wrestling, but they don't give a date. And then in 98, she began competing as a professional golfer. So she also competed in WCW before 98.
I mean WWF?
No.
Oh.
She was in WWF, and then she also was in WCW for a minute.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying, in that time. So she wrestled basically 4 years. She's a Hall of Famer. Damn. They're setting the bar pretty fucking low. Like, everybody's got to agree with me, right? Like, I'm not just being a dick.
I don't know who everybody is, but I think it's stupid.
4 years and one championship.
Sophie says, I thought they would put Victoria in the Hall of Fame a lot more than Bull Nakano. They do that a lot, put people that haven't been in the WWE for a long time in the Hall of Fame over the years.
Yeah. Maybe they're just trying to get more Japanese stars. Because she is Japanese.
Right. So he says they did put Coco Beware and Drew Carey in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. That's her with all. Yeah. Look as a normal. Not in her wrestling gear.
Right.
There's her with Kairi Singh. Hangs out with the Kabuki Warriors. Gotta be a Hall of Famer if she does that.
July 6th, Money in the Bank.
Should be a good one. I'm just glad it's not on the weekend before.
Before what?
The 6th.
Oh, what's about the 6th?
Well, the 6th will be a Saturday.
Yeah.
And so it'll be after. It'll be after the holiday is what I'm getting. Look at this fucking nerd. He's called Butch Pete.
Pete.
He's called Butch Pete. They're playing on the Xbox S.
Hmm?
They're playing it on the Xbox S.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, Xbox might just be leaving the whole gaming scene altogether.
Yeah. They're
I read a big thing on it today.
They're threatening. Sophie says every year there's always one oddball in the Hall of Fame. So, do you favorite person? The Rock is closing the show. And
Yeah.
Sophie says the Hall of Fame class is interesting so far.
Yeah, it's definitely worth missing. And I will be missing it. So far. We'll see. Although I do like Barry Windham. Barry Windham was one of my favorites. And Mike Rotunda wasn't bad. I didn't like him in the WWF when he was IRS. I thought that was silly. Although I loved Ted DiBiase. I just like Ted DiBiase with Virgil. Speaking of, they could put Virgil in the Hall of Fame too. He died. They're just putting dead people in the Hall of Fame. Why is Dragon Lee back on the main roster?
Oh, because they beat him up in the back. And he's big friends with Rey Mysterio.
He's probably going to beat Angel, and it's just going to irritate me. Just leave him in NXT. He was fine. I keep thinking it's Monday. I'm like, well, we got a couple hours left. Look at his foot. He's got his cracks on that, too.
Yeah. His whole front legs are all gross. Guess I'm back here, too.
Yeah. Dude. Just be me. All right, well, this match is underway. We got Dragon Lee in there with Angel Garza. The very pretty woman on the outside. Supporting Angel Garza. She needs to wear more outfits like that on my TV. I can't remember her name. But she definitely looks good. She came up from NXT.
And Sophie says you aren't going to watch the Hall of Fame with Paul Heyman as the headliner.
Oh, hell no.
Sophie says it seems like every couple of days the WWE announces
Oh,
the
God.
next person in the Hall of Fame.
Angel just blew his knee.
Sophie says Mike Rotunda did work behind the scenes of the WWE for a while.
Forever, huh? Yeah, obviously he deserves to be there. I just would rather him go. I knew he was playing possum. The future of Lucha Libre. Big knee right to the face.
Richard Long Sniffer Jr. or Dick is in the chat, says, I'm confused on the Kenny Owens situation. Remember when he reports he just had another emergency medical procedures, but with the Bucks firing Kenny, seems like he may be returning somewhat soon.
Right, he did get fired, but from them, not from the company. But yeah.
So he says, do you think Sid Vicious will be inducted?
You know, Sid should be. Sid Justice, Sid Vicious, whatever. I didn't know he wasn't, so he needs to be. You don't want him to give a talk, though. That is terrible. Would you have Scott Steiner bring him in since he was wrestling Scott in his last match? You think? He's like, I'm gonna do some yoga. Hold me. He's like sleeping. He's like, fuck it. I'm going to sleep. Just like folded in half. That's pretty funny. If you don't just get the whole thing with the phone, that he's literally upside down folded in half.
So he says, I'm surprised Paul Heyman is the sole ECW person in this class of the Hall of Fame.
Who else did you put in there? Was anybody else in ECW good? Is RVD already in the Hall of Fame?
So he says, I thought the Mania 40 being at the home of ECW, that it would have a lot of inductees from it.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh, what the is that something that broke?
No, it's just touching paint.
I thought maybe you just broke a chair like you did your other chair.
Oh, yeah?
So he's like Sabu the Sandman.
Yeah, but is he a Hall of Famer? And I don't remember him on WWE much. I mean, I know who the guy is, but I didn't watch it a lot. You don't want a bunch of people that nobody knows who they are. They already have a woman on there that nobody knows who she is. I mean, is that what you want to do? Is just fill your card up with nobody? Like you said, put Sid Vicious on there. There's a lot of good wrestlers that aren't on there if Vicious isn't already in. How many people do they put in at a time? Like 5? Does anybody know? You want a cookie? Uh-oh.
So he says
A
it
little bit
seems
of a
like
botch.
sometimes they picked inductees
Jesus
that haven't
Christ.
worked in the WWE before.
That would be weird. Look at Dragon Lee can't even pick him up. Don't try. Jesus. That dude's terrible. Don't do moves like that if you can't do them.
Poor Angel.
Jesus.
He's like, don't murder me, okay?
It's like, dude, if you drop me on my head, I'm going to beat your ass.
I'm going to rip your arms off and beat you to death with them. So he's like, I think they have a class of 7 or 8.
Damn, that's a lot. In 2 hours? Isn't that how much those shows last?
Is it just 2 hours? I thought it was longer than that.
We watched that one with The Undertaker, and it took forever. And they do it on Friday after SmackDown, which makes it even worse, because then you got to wait even longer for wrestling to be over. Because they put an NXT event in the middle of the day on Saturday, so they can't do the Hall of Fame on Saturday. Maybe they should do it on Thursday. Uh-oh. like a bath or something. His hair's all weird.
Right. Sophie says, I think the Hall of Fame usually, I think, is 3 or 4 hours. It varies every year. It's terrible. Sounds awful.
Picked him up. Little Hurricane Rana. 2, 3. Dragon Lee wins, which we knew he would. Some horse shit. Alberto got him. That's terrible. I think he just threw his head down a little bit, so he went head first on that. That looked pretty bad. Maybe he'll get a concussion because he's holding his head.
Maybe he's holding onto his mask. Sophie's like, it takes the old men and women to walk to the Hall of Fame podium.
Right.
That's exactly what it is. It's because they have to walk there, freaking old ass people. They should get them rascals.
Really?
Oh, so we're going to show that as the brains? Good.
Bailey needs to come out in like a red, white, and blue American flag. Come out with somebody else on her side. I guess Naomi. At least one. It'll be Naomi. I don't know who the other one's going to be.
This doesn't mean to say it takes time for old men and women to get to the podium. Oh, we understood what you meant. Sophie says, I wonder if the people that attend SmackDown also brought tickets for the Hall of Fame.
I don't know. I'm not sure it's in the same room.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that. I don't pay attention. Chris Connie's in the chat. Hey, Chris. Says, hey, Travis D. Hey, bud. How's it going?
Hello.
How was your Friday? I thought maybe you made it to SmackDown tonight, and that's why you weren't here. Just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, a Willman.
A Willman, not a Will man.
A Willman.
A Willman.
It's Irish.
Chris says, yeah, boy, I got a haircut. I'm over here looking like Gunther. All clean cut, huh? Ready to pick up the ladies. So it says, I think they're beginning to run out of legends to induct.
Well, there's plenty if they're not wanting a star in each one. But at some point, if you're doing 8 or 9 a year, you're going to fill it up pretty damn quick.
Mm-hmm.
Not 8 or 9 people retire every year.
It's true. So it says, what's the worst thing that could happen if they didn't do the Hall of Fame every year? Nothing.
Nothing, except for every sporting besides them does it every year. What they should do is have so many people on a ballot, and then
have people judge or
vote. I mean, obviously that part could be fake, but and then you would be like, oh, next year, oh, Elizabeth's so close, Miss Elizabeth, we want her, and you get these huge pushes for these old stars. I mean, cool. I'm glad that they did that, like put them together. The only problem with that is that how many people aren't going to be playing football because the whole other league's gone.
Yeah.
Or did they just put all the teams,
I don't know how they did it.
like each one had like 10 teams or something, so now is there 20?
Maybe.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked into it, so I have no idea. Nobody's ever really talked about it, so. Sophie says, I'm not 100% sure on how many people go into the Hall of Fame every year because that varies too.
Next Friday, Dakota's back in action. She was in action that tag team match, I guess, but one-on-one.
Kind of. Sophie says, and also they have the Warrior Award and that other category that they introduced a couple of years ago.
Yeah, they got too many awards. But that's what happens. And then you want to make everybody have an award because that like one Chad guy drowned or whatever. So they're going to want like a hero award for him. And next thing you know, you got 30 damn awards.
We got participation trophies just like they do in their actual sport. Chris says the tribal asshat decided to show up here in Texas. Yeah. That's what's happening now for the rest of the remainder of the show. 20 minutes of garbage, basically.
It'll take him 10 to get in the ring.
Fuck. Yeah, well. It takes way too long for him to do fucking anything, basically. It takes them too long to talk, then they talk too much.
There he is! Your tribal chef. Yes, I said chef. Chief.
He's
Chef.
a chef? Ew.
He's a chef.
Probably doesn't make very good food.
Something with fish.
Yeah,
I think there was a clown in the audience.
Travis, they're all clowns.
Everybody there is going to be a clown.
There's no way. There's a clown in the audience.
Double
Sophie
R.
said that Warrior Award was introduced thanks to the Ultimate Warrior speech. And Chris says, TK24, you can break Roman's record because that's the storyline I have, and now you have to face Roman.
Oh, you have to break the record? I was like, holy crap, that'll take forever. You'd be playing it for like 2 years. That'd be more, well, I guess you could simulate it. I used to have so much fun playing those wrestling games like in the early 2000s. There was one that you would do like their schedule. So you do Friday, or well, it wasn't Friday. Well, it might have been Friday, but you do a Friday and a Monday show. So it'd be like, okay. And then you would set up. So like you weren't a champion, right? But you wanted to become a champion. So you would like set booby traps in the back. And then they would walk in and a can would fall on their head and it would knock them out or something. Or you could jump people in the back. But sometimes when you did it, like you would miss.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't know. And sometimes you would try to jump them, but they weren't there or something. And then you would try to interfere in matches. And then the point is that you're trying to get them to hate you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the more they hate you, the closer you're going to get to a match. So that's how you win your championship. And you have to just keep trying to manipulate it to get a title match. And then they have the pay-per-views like once a month at the end of the month or whatever.
Right.
And then at WrestleMania, it starts the next season. So that Monday afterwards, it's like season 2 or 3 or whatever, however it works. But we used to play it for hours.
So says John Cena did tease he wants to face The Rock one more time. Chris says no, they pretend it's been years. They say on commentary such and such, whatever your name is, has been champ for over 3 years and has tied Roman's record. Oh. So he says, I have seen videos of people playing different modes of WWE 24 and it isn't bad. I can't wait to play it. Ravi says, come on, WWE. With what? Them talking or them doing something? Or
Roman's holding it up. That's what it's all about. That's why he's your tribal chief. They just need Jay back in there. Complete the story. Jay needs to complete his story. So who is the security for? Like Cody and Seth? And they're missing, and that's why we're going to see Cody and Seth in the ring? Because we know they're there.
Right. We don't know where, though. They disappeared out
Right,
of
they weren't.
Chris says, so now Rock is Undertaker with the lighting. And Robbie says, this Roman stuff. And so he's like, Universe Mode, I heard, got some sort of upgrade from last year. Cool.
Huh. I've never played it, so. Like, I don't think I've played any of that stuff since, like, 2017. I wonder why Rock's doing the Undertaker stuff. Only thing he's missing is the big dong. Should I get some vests like that? Start dressing like the Pebble. Crowd's still cheering for him. You can hear it. You can see him cheering. Rocky Movia, here he comes. Strutting down to the ring.
Well, it's like Rock entrance, as if he says they should make that tag match no DQ.
You know what's funny about that is they're going to make the match on the main event whoever wins rules. So the Bloodline rules could make the main event that the Rock showing as goosebumps.
I almost wonder if they can hear your stuff. Because where your mic is.
Right. Well, I try to get it close to me because they can never hear me talk.
So it says, wonder why Jay never paid back his brothers for crossing him matches the past few months. Blood says Rock can't get a full boo. Yeah, he did for a minute.
He did in Salt Lake. He called everybody. Which he might do here in Texas. He's definitely not a Texas fan. Definitely a California boy.
So he says it will be interesting to see how they turn Roman face. Roman, huh?
I don't think they will.
I think you're going to try to put him as a face.
I think The Rock will turn on him, but as a baby face, and join Cody. As he takes the bloodline from the Roman Reigns. Yeah, that place just erupted when he got up there. Yeah, they're definitely Rock fans in Texas. Yeah, he's a rock star. He's like the Rolling Stones.
Oh my god. Rude. Insult to the Rolling Stones.
Really, he's a megastar.
So he says, well, this could be the last time these four are facing off until Mania Night 1. Maybe.
I'll be good.
So he says, we know we are going to get Rock versus Cody and Rock versus Seth at one matches at some point.
Yeah, and Roman and The Rock will go one-on-one. Roman's got to be like, fuck, dude. I didn't realize it was nuts like this when you come out.
Trump posted that on his social media. I
can't tell what's wrong.
It's our normal faces. What do you mean? They look like that all the time. So if he says, let's see where CM Punk fits in whenever he gets back.
Yeah, we don't care. But yeah, it's just one more star. Punk should fit in right where, Damian Priest leaves off.
CM Punk. I don't know where CM Punk would fit in with all this at this point.
Well, he's Seth Rollins guy.
Yeah,
but Seth will lose the title, which makes it better because I want that feud without titles on the line.
Yeah.
Let Damian take the title from Seth or Drew or both.
Right.
But give me props, Tommy.
It's just as people are predicting that Steve Austin will get involved in this whole storyline in some way.
I hope they don't do that. There's no
Why?
reason for it, and it would be weird. It's okay for Austin to be at WrestleMania and all that, but just this has its own story. There's no reason for him. Maybe he can come beat up Sami Zayn. He already beat up Kevin once.
Right.
Where are they at, though? And plus, it's just the two of them, unless Jay came with them. Where are they at?
Dallas, Texas.
No.
Oh.
The people. There's Cody.
Oh.
I knew he would come through the crowd. Who's behind him? Just a dude?
I don't know who the dude is.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's just a
security?
Dude. No, it's just a dude.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
He's secure. He's a guy with a
Something, yeah.
thing on and stuff.
He's signing autographs. That's funny.
I saw that. Does he
On
have
his
a
face.
tape on his mouth? He has tape on his mouth? That's funny and weird. Chris is like Rollins wearing Sting gear. Oh, okay. Looks like he's wearing girl
Why
sunglasses.
isn't he with having his Muppet on him or anything?
Sophie says, does Solo get a match at Mania? And if he does, who will it be against?
There's really no storyline there, so he might just be running security for the whole thing. Because there's 2 matches, and then the third will be Jay and Jimmy. So Solo goes with The Rock. Jimmy goes with Jay. Roman's left by himself.
Yeah. Holy shit, what?
That's what it was. What's his name? The guy with all the face tattoos.
Oh, Post Malone.
Post Malone. I used to remember it because I used to have to think of his name because McKenna liked him and stuff, but she doesn't come down that much. I'd have to think of it. But I think his name's Post Malone. My favorite basketball player was Karl Malone, and he played the 4, and that's a post. And so that's how I could remember it. But it's been a minute, so when you said that, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's how I remember it. The 5 can be a post, too, like the 4 and 5 are posts. In the old days, they didn't call it the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Right.
It was literally your guard, your forward, and then your post.
Did you answer Sophie's thing about Solo getting a match at Mania?
Probably.
Sophie says, whenever the Rock Roman split, we might see 2 groups of the Bloodlines in a civil war.
Right. Which will be the name of the pay-per-view. Seen it before.
The name of the pay-per-view?
Will be Civil War. And it'll be in, like, Germany or something. Turkey.
Why are you starting off with Turkey?
I like turkey. Do it in Constantinople. It was Constantinople for fucking like 2,000 years. Like it's fine. It's only been Istanbul for like 100 years. Whoa! Oh dang, there's not much time left. I'm like 7 minutes. What are we gonna do?
Not listen to these people talk.
You have to.
No, I don't.
Cody. He's going to say what do you want to talk about, Bella?
So it's like AJ Styles flew 14 hours to Korea night, but he has no time to appear in Dallas. Sophie says it'll be interesting who Jimmy J and Solo side with when Roman and Rock do split. Hopefully they just side with themselves.
Right. The whole point was Cody said, I'm going to take everything from you. Then brought The Rock in. So The Rock's there to separate the bloodline. So that takes the bloodline away from Roman. And then he's going to take the title away from Roman. My theory. Because he brought The Rock in. Remember? And The Rock sent him on his way. I want to see if they call him Diarrhea Dwayne.
There's somebody in the audience that had a sign that said something about Pepto-Bismol. Just so you know. I saw it earlier when I looked up. It was over on that side somewhere. Somebody had the big sign. They're like,
That's like,
do you
yeah,
just have Pepto for your diarrhea?
What does Seth have on his legs?
It's pants.
Are they just huge?
They're just it's pants.
Like Hagrid?
They're like oversized. Everything he's wearing is like oversized except for his turtleneck sweater. It's fucking weird, dude. Poop. There's a poop emoji out there.
I feel very lucky to be standing in this ring.
Silly.
Rock's been in there with Hulk Hogan. There's nothing you guys can do to bring that feeling. You know what I mean?
That he beat him? Or
no, he was in the ring, and like everybody was supposed to boo Hogan and cheer him. And when he started getting the boos and then the Hogan cheers, and you could just see The Rock. He just looked, and then Hogan saw what he was doing, so they both started just looking, and the crowd was just going nuts for Hogan, and they're like, "Go with it," you know, like.
Right.
And these guys are popular. Don't get me wrong, but they're not Hogan popular. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's what Cody's saying. Let's just take a minute and just appreciate this.
Yeah. Zeb says, when Cody wins the championship, do you expect him to hold it the same amount of time Roman did?
Nope, not even close. Not even a fraction.
Yeah. Triple H will make sure that never happens.
Maybe a year. Oh, shit. He's separated. That's funny. Do you have the authority to make that stipulation? I mean, seriously, wasn't it last week when you... You acknowledged Roman as your tribal chief? Here's our answer. You shut your mouth right now, boy. The Rock thing. The journalist.
So he says, wonder how Drew feels about being the fifth wheel in the Rock, Roman, Cody, Seth storyline feud. Brandon Stevens in the chat says, hey, Gab Wrestling Nation, Mary Brandon Stevens. She lost earlier.
Yes.
She was a loser face earlier. Sorry. You gonna kill him? Chris is like, diarrhea Ripley. What? Sophie says, so 3 out of the 4 people in this tag match will be pulling double duty at Mania.
Yeah. There he is. Diarrhea. Sounds like Rhea Ripley, though, doesn't it? Diarrhea.
Oh no, not the diarrhea. Seth is so childish. Cody's trying not to laugh. He's trying to keep his face straight and he can't. Seth is over there just having way too much time. Fun with it. It's the diarrhea chance, I take it, finally have
Right,
it.
yeah. They just stop.
Yeah. Fucking Seth is so childish.
They're chanting Rocky. Now I can't tell what they're chanting. Rocky.
Mm.
Which is going to happen. They're going to put the bloodline rule.
Mm-hmm. So it's like this. That is like a risk for injury by wrestling twice in one weekend.
Nah.
Chris says, Seth, you having a midlife crisis 10 years before Rock. Fuck off. Sophie says, people badmouth Seth lying about calling him Diarrhea Rock. Eh.
Oh, Lord. You've had your time. You're damn sure well can't have ours. Well, they accepted. Right where Roman and The Rock wanted them. Now Roman's goofy. He's the worst talker out of the bunch. You gonna let him answer for you? You must be an idiot. You must be from Texas or something. You gonna make this cross-dresser make your decisions for you? It's Roman.
Roman and them used to be besties. Bestie butts.
That's it. Your story's over when I beat you on Sunday.
Cool beans, man.
You walking cloud emoji. They bleeped it because they're both swearing at each other. The Rock and Seth.
Oh, jeez. Chris says, "Oh, Rock becoming Vince McMahon versus Cody, like Austin versus McMahon." I guess.
The Rock is your boss and your boss. That's what he's saying right now. He's like, I'm gonna make that title go away. The one on Seth's shoulder. At least it's this, not like what they did in AEW. He said, you don't get this, you never get a shot at this again.
Oh, they're pulling an AEW crowd?
Well, no, because they didn't say ever in the title. He just can't wrestle Roman for the title again.
Oh.
He just said, right, oh, the American Dream, one of the Rock's heroes, is looking down. His sister was a cheerleader for the Dallas Cowboys. So,
Yeah? Huh.
Your brother's a future all. Rock. He's like, you're 20 years younger than your siblings. You want to know why? Because you were a mistake. Look at Cody. Back to back. Was Cody really a mistake? Through the mic. All right.
Chris is like, now Cody slapped Rock, and Blood says they went off. Yeah.
That was great. Because you were a mistake.
Right. Anyways,
Oh,
or was he the one that was more planned than the other ones? No, him being so later in life of having them. Why they're all older than him. Maybe he was more planned. Anyways, that's the end of SmackDown tonight. The Rock got the last word, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, that's usually how they end it because they always end it before 8 o'clock. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Don't forget, if you're in the States, it is daylight savings time if you live in a state that actually does it. So don't forget to spring those clocks forward, the manual ones that you might have to do. Otherwise, your phones and stuff should update themselves all by themselves. We'll be back again on Monday for Raw, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it.
Thanks for watching wrestling. Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.